the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
AFP and local leaders succeed in pacifying clan feud in Tipo-Tipo, Basilan. Former rebel summit in Rofh strengthens reintegration and peace efforts. DWDD sends food aid to displaced families in Basilan. PNP deploys over 50,000 cops nationwide for safe and peaceful Undas 2025.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, October 29, and this is AFP Community News. Please search for updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I'm Rofh Suzon-Abay here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, in coordination with local officials and community elders, successfully de-escalated a clan conflict in Tipo-Tipo, Basilan that sparked tension early Monday morning. Security forces were deployed to prevent the situation from worsening while dialogue was facilitated by the Coordinating Committee on the Cessation of Hostilities and the Provincial Government of Basilan. Authorities confirmed that the clash stemmed from a riddle involving local groups, resulting in one wounded civilian. The AFP assured residents that normalcy has been restored and peace efforts remain ongoing in partnership with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and local stakeholders.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Relatedly, the Armed Forces of the Philippines announced that the situation in Tipo-Tipo, Basilan is now under control following a clan-related conflict that erupted between two warring families. AFP Public Affairs Chief Colonel Circes Trinidad said the Coordinating Committee on the Cessation of Hostilities and the Provincial Government of Basilan facilitated dialogue and de-escalation efforts. Joint Task Force Orion Commander Major General Leonardo Peña clarified that the firefights stemmed from a riddle or family feud that led to the death of the barangay captain identified as Ustad's Bahang, not from a clash between government forces and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. The AFP assured the public that security forces remain deployed to maintain order and protect civilians while supporting ongoing peace efforts in the province.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear some update from Major of First Year G about MBLT-10 conducts rifle and pistol proficiency training.
Yes, Rofh, the Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 conducted a 3-day rifle and pistol proficiency training as part of its continuing effort to enhance the marksmanship skills, proficiency, and combat readiness of its personnel. The training aimed to sustain the rifle and pistol proficiency of Marines who returned to duty from their mental wellness break. Participants engaged in various marksmanship drills designed to strengthen their tactical confidence and operational effectiveness in the field. The activity concluded with the awarding of certificates to participants who successfully completed the training, reflecting MBLT-10's unwavering commitment to maintaining a highly capable and mission-ready force in line with the Philippine Marine Corps' mandate to uphold national security and safeguard the nation's territorial integrity. This is Meljoy Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy of First CRG.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 2-day First Provincial Former Rebel Summit Federation 2025, hosted by the 84th Infantry Battalion in partnership with the Provincial Government of Nueva Ecija and the 91st Infantry Battalion, concluded successfully. The summit focused on developing reintegration strategies, addressing socio-economic needs and strengthening collaboration among former rebels, government agencies, and the security sector. Participants shared personal transformation stories and engaged in workshops that aligned local support with real community concerns. The event concluded with the ceremonial distribution of full health IDs and aid packages symbolizing the renewed access to public services and a unified commitment in lasting peace and reconciliation.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 38th Infantry Battalion presented 9 former rebels and 7 former violent extremists to South Cotabato Governor Reynaldo Tamayo Jr. at the provincial capital. The event also marked the turnover of surrendered firearms. The returnees, validated by the joint AFP and PNP Intelligence Committee, will undergo the government's de-radicalization and reintegration program under ICALIP. Governor Tamayo pledged full support through livelihood, education, and training programs to help them reintegrate into society.
Armed Forces Radio.
And from our report on the ground, let us hear the report of Shaina about Philippine Army honors athletes for securing 6th straight PUSSL championship.
Yes, Rofh, the Philippine Army honored its athletes with a recognition ceremony and a victory dinner after winning their 6th consecutive overall championship in the Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League 2025 held at Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City. Army Commanding General Lieutenant General Antonio Navarrete commended the athletes' discipline, teamwork, and excellence that brought pride to the organization. Team Army dominated the games, securing 10 gold, 10 silver, and 4 bronze medals across 29 sporting events. The Army reaffirmed its commitment in promoting sports development as a part of its historic approach to personal growth and organizational strength. This is Shaina Raneta reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Shaina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
On the other hand, the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council of Camarines Sur held an awarding and recognition ceremony at the Capitol Complex in Pili to honor personnel deployed in Masbate. The event recognized responders and partner agencies for their dedication, professionalism, and service in disaster preparedness, response, and recovery efforts. Provincial officials expressed gratitude to both uniformed and civilian personnel for their unwavering commitment. The ceremony highlighted the spirit of bayanihan and the province's appreciation for those exemplifying true public service and resilience.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Social Welfare Development immediately dispatched family food packs to residents displaced by the recent tension between the lawless elements and other clan feud in Tipo-Tipo, Basilan. An initial 2,500 boxes of family food packs were shipped via Roro vessel to Isabela City as part of DSW Secretary Rex Gatchalian's commitment to support the local government. The relief goods will be distributed to affected families to address their immediate food needs. DSWD Field Office 9 in Zamboanga Peninsula was also directed to augment supplies with additional food and non-food items.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Marian. AFP strengthens mental health awareness through Suicide Prevention Forum.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines conducted the Inner Armor, a lay forum on suicide prevention to promote mental health awareness and strengthen emotional resilience among its personnel held at Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City yesterday. AFP Deputy Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Romero Roldan led the event, joined by AFP Surgeon General Brigadier General Fatima Claire Navarro. The forum gathered mental health advocates, experts, and AFP members to discuss strategies for fostering a supportive and positive work environment. The AFP reaffirmed its commitment in integrating mental health programs in its leadership and troop care initiatives to ensure a resilient and well-supported force. This is Marian reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Marian.
DWDD National News.
The Philippine National Police will deploy 50,253 personnel across the country to ensure public safety and order during the UNDAS 2025 observance. The deployment, more than double last year's 21,000, will cover airports, bus terminals, seaports, and over 5,000 cemeteries and columbarium nationwide. Additional 16,500 uniformed personnel from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Bureau of Fire Protection, Philippine Coast Guard, and other agencies will assist in public safety and emergency response. The Department of Interior and Local Government also confirmed that the Unified 911 system will be fully activated to provide immediate assistance during the holiday.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections has suspended all voter registration activities in field and satellite centers nationwide in observance of UNDAS. Registration will be open only until noon on October 30 and will resume on November 3 after the long weekend. COMEX said the suspension allows employees time to visit departed loved ones. Since reopening registration on October 20, the poll body has received over 144,000 applications.
Armed Forces Radio.
Some information from AMI about AFP strengthens defense ties with Japan through study tour visit.
Yes, Rofh, the Armed Forces of the Philippines hosted delegates from Japan Air and Ground Self-Defense Forces during a study tour visit at the AFP Education Training Command, Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City. AFP ETC Commander Major General Francisco Lorenzo welcomed Lieutenant General Kuramato Masahiro, Commandant of the JASDF Command and Staff College, with arrival honors. Major General Lorenzo emphasized that the visit reflects the strong and enduring defense partnership between the Philippines and Japan. The activity reaffirmed both nations' commitment in deepening cooperation in leadership, development, education, and military training. This is Ame reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Amy.
DWDD National News.
Moreover, the Bureau of Fire Protection announced that all its units will be placed under Code Blue from October 28 to 29 and Code Red from October 30 to November 2 in observance of UNDAS 2025. BFP spokesperson Senior Superintendent Bonifacio Carta said around 27,500 firefighters will be deployed nationwide under a plan kaluluwa to ensure quick emergency response and strengthen fire prevention efforts in cemeteries, terminals, and other crowded areas. The BFP will also set up first aid service stations and motorist assistance desks to assist travelers during the long weekend. Fire trucks and ambulances will be strategically positioned across the country in coordination with local government units to enhance visibility and public safety.
DWDD National News.
President Fire Marcos Jr. directed the Department of Trade and Industry to ensure that prices of basic and prime commodities remain stable throughout the holiday season until the end of 2025. The DTI reaffirmed that no price increases will be implemented and that strict monitoring of suggested retail prices for essential goods, including imported rice, will continue. President Marcos also instructed the DTI to work closely with manufacturers to prevent unwarranted price hikes and maintain affordability for consumers. Trade Secretary Maria Cristina Roque assured that industry partners are cooperating with the government to keep prices fair and reasonable during the holiday period.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Gina about Spearhead Troopers power Philippine Army to 6th straight PUSSL Championship.
Yes, Rofh, Spearhead Troopers athletes brought pride and honor to the 3rd Infantry Division after contributing to the Philippine Army's 6th consecutive championship in the Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League 2025 held across various venues. The third ID athletes secured multiple medals in badminton, obstacle course race, marathon, golf, volleyball, football, basketball, and table tennis. Team Army topped the overall ranking with 10 gold, 10 silver, and 4 bronze medals, reaffirming its dominance in the league. Third ID Commander Major General Michael Samson lauded the troopers' discipline, resilience, and teamwork and emphasized that their victories reflect the Army's commitment to excellence both in service and in sport. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. assured that ongoing corruption issues in the Philippines will not affect the country's preparations for hosting the ASEAN Summit and related summits in 2026. Speaking to the media in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, he said domestic concerns such as alleged irregularities in flood control projects have no bearing on ASEAN's regional agenda. He emphasized that local political issues do not influence ASEAN's discussions or decision-making processes. President Marcos reaffirmed that the Philippines remains fully prepared and committed in ensuring a successful hosting of the regional summit next year.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. condemned continued foreign intrusions and hostilities in the West Philippine Sea, warning that such actions endanger Filipino lives. Speaking at the 5th ASEAN-Australia Summit in Kuala Lumpur, he urged the crafting of an effective and substantive code of conduct to prevent further provocations. President Marcos criticized the unilateral, forceful, and illegal declaration of Bajo de Masinloc as a nature reserve, reaffirming the Philippines' sovereignty over the area. He thanked Australia for standing with the Philippines in upholding peace and supporting joint maritime defense efforts.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear more from Ferdy about Philippine Army and Mega World strengthen disaster preparedness through Earthquake Summit.
Good day everyone. The Philippine Army and Mega World Corporation jointly held the Earthquake, People and Real Estate Emergency Preparedness Summit here in Taguig City to enhance disaster resilience among stakeholders and communities. The Army's 525th Combat Engineering Battalion demonstrated disaster response capabilities and shared experiences from international missions, while Metropolitan Manila Development Authority or MMDA presented Oplan Metro Yakal, Metro Manila's Earthquake Contingency Plan. MegaWorld introduced its Earthquake Council, highlighting building audits, emergency innovations, and life bag distributions to tenants and residents. The summit reinforced the ongoing PA MegaWorld Pag-alab partnership that promotes preparedness, volunteerism, and national resilience. This is Ferdy Blues reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ferdy.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office 7 has released more than 148 million pesos in emergency cash transfer assistance to over 26,000 families affected by the magnitude 6.9 earthquake in northern Cebu. The latest payout was held in Katmon, benefiting 740 households, including 23 with totally damaged homes and 717 with partial damage. DSWD Assistant Secretary Elindo Mlao said the ECT program supports both immediate relief and early recovery needs by allowing families to purchase essential goods. She assured that proper assessments are conducted to ensure aid reaches eligible households and addresses their actual needs.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Health has reminded the public to take precautions against common illnesses during the Amihan season, which brings cool and dry winds from November to March. The agency warned of increased cases of flu, colds, pneumonia, allergic rhinitis, and skin dryness or eczema. It advised regular hand washing, staying home when sick, wearing face masks outdoors, drinking plenty of water, and using moisturizers daily. The DOH also encouraged the public to visit the nearest health center for proper medical guidance and care.
DWDD National
For our
News.
weather update, the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration reported that 5 weather systems, including a low-pressure area and the northeast monsoon or amihan, will be in cloudy skies and scattered rains nationwide. The LPA, located 275 kilometers east of Pag-asa Island in Palawan, is unlikely to develop into a tropical depression but is embedded along the intertropical convergence zone affecting Palawan, Visayas, and Mindanao. Pag-asa said the ITCZ will cause scattered rains and thunderstorms in Negros Island region, central and eastern Visayas, and Dinagat Islands, while amihan will bring rains over Batanes. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the zone will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers due to easterlies.
DWDD Armed Forces
And that
News.
concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio, the DWDD Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, on AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.